tried to take the fight, they backed off, and then they took the third party at face value and just turned around and demolished it, right? So, and then they were able to have their pick of the litter right at the end. It's disciplined, it's strong, it's exactly what we want to see from this team.
How RRQ is just one player single-handedly taking on full teams again and again is really surprising to me. It really talks to how strong this team is. Ani, absolutely insane.
Yeah,
very impressive.
Kills.
And you can see even more kills coming in here for Purple Moon as things get down the list. Gentlemen, though, I have to talk about this final circle, or the final couple of circles. You want to play center? Well, tough luck. There's a mountain in the way.
Can't.
What was happening? Like, just constant for a lot of teams having to play edge, play around that. It's very rare I see a circle like this and the kind of dynamics that then come with that, because everyone's having to play around this very central object.
Yeah, for sure, and you're forced to take these fights on each side of the massive hill. And you saw Bigatron, I kind of want to props to them. They were on the southern side and they actually cleared out a lot. And I actually have them as one of the teams to do well in this tournament, because they're kind of on the shadow of Team RRQ Athena in the Southern East Asian region. Because they're always coming second behind them, and I think this tournament is like,
just
we want to, and they came second now here again versus RRQ Athena. So it's kind of like the story, and I feel like they're hungry to push this to the next and be that #1 team.
But second place, if you consistently get second,
Absolutely.
that's enough to do it, right?
Yeah.
To put you into the top spot, because it's going to be this team, that team, every other which way's team going to be putting.
As long as somebody doesn't get consistently #1, and then you're fine.
That is true, yeah. I mean,
that's the only other outcome.
Absolutely. Scars didn't get that good of a game this time around, but I'm looking forward to. I really hope that this is the start for RRQ. I hope they're going to take this momentum and really continue it in.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights as well as we continue things on overall. RRQ obviously dropping over Imposo. It gives them a great launch pad to then be able to get themselves in the right spot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talked about the circles, but I like that they be proactive and they're trying to be in the better spots all the time. And it's really keen to see them. And like I was talking at the desk earlier on, Scars Black, the curse of winning the first game. The second game, we saw them in the first engagement losing 2 players and ended up coming actually 15th place. So it's like a
chicken dinner curse.
I think it's just that overconfidence. You just like win and you're like, oh, on top of the world, I'm going to kill everyone. And suddenly, no, that's not the way. Everyone else here is really good, and just turn it down a notch, you know?
Certainly very prevalent. But overall, I've got to say, Avenger, it's rare that the desk's actually right. And we actually got a great opportunity to set the scene for how you play when it comes to those middle strategies, when the circle centers on you very early. But then, as I say, RRQ Athena kind of proved that they're not afraid to be able to take the better spots when those circles do shift around.
You can see how the aggression they played and how well they were able to play around the circle. And we were talking about when we were watching the game. That object in the middle here, but they 100% knew where they wanted to play from the start. They had an opportunity to play to push around if they wanted to, but they played on the side they knew and they thought they were going to end on. One other play I really love to see is they saw there was a crate kind of up the hill, it was kind of sliding down. He tried to take a car to drive up the mountain to get additional level 3 gear. It talks to how greedy and how much kind of space they have in the team. And Arnie obviously being able to take down nearly a full team himself.
Very impressive stuff. So beyond that, other teams that kind of really stood out to you, John, what were your thoughts here regarding this?
I mean, I'm just disappointed that we didn't see Soul in the final circle. That's
Every time I come to you, I feel like this is going to be your answer. It's fine, just don't worry, but you like Soul. You like Soul.
I mean, me and everybody else in the world, so I feel like I'm in great company there. Certainly the rest of the chat, I'm pretty sure we'll agree with that one. But I think that, to be fair, it's kind of the RRQ Athena show on that one. They just position so well, it's difficult to pick.
GC Busan, the same scenario of Team Unique.
Was the first one that really broke me through on the internet, and then it later on became faded, and since then it's kind of just completely changed my life.
Actually, John, I'm going to ask you about that, because RRQ Athena is looking damn fine right now.
I mean, this is kind of expected, right? SEA and China sat really at the top. I had sort of a power ranking in my mind. down to Elite. They're on 35 placement points with 14 kills. So in fact, they have more placement points in the bank, but they're a little bit lower on kills. But that's still, again, almost 50%. So it's a huge, huge bonus having those kill points on board. And that's sort of what's setting them apart at the moment from the rest of the pack.
You need to be good.
Play, but now everyone's looking right at them. Look at this, another party coming in, another team looking for a way to get maybe some of these points.
Every single vehicle has now gone up in smoke. The UAZ just on fire in the background rings a dinner bell to all the teams that are looking their way on screen right now. Purple mood. They'll have the line of sight just on the back wall. That potentially could have been a run over there, almost. But they do have one vehicle, so maybe they're just trying to evacuate the situation. GSFB in the background, yeah, they'll say, okay, we don't want to get involved, we'll lead them to this. In the meantime, though, TES, Fireboy's doing work onto MyTech, down he goes. That's a different fight completely altogether.
Yeah, that's top esports coming into this one. Again, deadly team. All of these teams are looking for new ways to try and maybe get around this compound. And Zuxy's actually pushed up towards our wall, so maybe looking to disengage from that small garage and find a fight where maybe they can take better territory. And Zuxy's going to go right into the Lion's Den. This is scary. Look at that, 2 players so close by. Can he get the kill? That's the big question. Yes, he's good for one, but where's the follow-up? Can they clear this out cleanly? Zuxy's still alive, going to pop off the heel as quick as he can. And look at the Molotovs burning in the background. They're trying to dominate this space. The support is there, and they need to make the push. Zuxy goes in. He gets the tag. He's got to be careful. His teammates are falling around him. He has to get the pickup, and it looks like they've done just enough to take that compound.
Zuxy and Luxy back to back. They do confirm this, and they take the compound for themselves. Susie, you can see damage, but not out in the background. The team will try and get themselves back on the feet, but this is what it's going to be like for the remainder of this game. Teams sharing space. There's very little to move on this one without being spotted out on Vikendi. As soon as you leave the safety of your compound, every single team has an eye line. That grenade.
Oh no, Soul, they're in so much danger here. You already have XQF knocking the door. They lost out on Cat early, and there's a third party as well. Everyone's eyes are across on this expert marksman coming in, and sadly it's sort of like Mortal's down, Rhino's down. They're losing out on so many of these players, and that's going to be devastating for them.
AY just trying to see if anyone's hiding behind these vehicles. They will go up. If they don't find anybody, that's fine. They take away the ability to maneuver away from this fight. Give them no escape plan whatsoever, so XQF, they'll just hunker down for now and hope that people come flying their way. There are 2 more teams, SSG and I believe Unique, just lingering on the border to where they are. JN does at least have a vehicle for Nova, so they'll be able to pull this one up, keep it safe for now, just hide it behind the rocks away from the prying eyes of the snipers or anyone else who's lingering in the distance. The map though, look at the north, it's completely empty. If we shift towards Kresnik, this is going to be one hell of a nasty migration for all the teams on the south.
It certainly could, but Purple Mood, and it looks like RRQ Athena reading this well, going on the eastern side and potentially going back up north. We'll see if that comes through. For now, Coolboy in another engagement. This has been going on for a while, but XQF picking up the kills. They lost out on their player earlier to this, so now Cat just watching this one back. That's how he lost his life early. He over-committed to that engagement. But these guys have been relentless in their aggression, and the circle's gone north, Rich. This is going to be a huge move for all of these teams that are in the south fighting next to each other.
And they've been able to keep a vehicle alive for Nova, at least allows them for maneuverability off the backside of that cliff face now. The circle, as you did say, did go to the north. Pod will be completely open. That's the small city that basically overlooks the edge of the river. Yes, the river can be run because of the ice that's below it. Further afield, no, you have the bridge. It's landlocked for the opposing side. We do have 2 teams still on that eastern flank, but there's very little to work with because then the river becomes unrunnable. You'll be swimming, and unfortunately you'll be sinking because people will be seeing you from the coastal edges. For now, though, let's take a look at the teams that are in quite a predominant spot. Nova, because they have the vehicles, could still maybe get ahead of the game, maybe take the pickings of everywhere up north. It's actually Unique, who are moving from Villa. They've been quite quiet on this and backburning. This could be a good sly play for them. If they get ahead of the game and move it into pod before anyone else does, they'll be in safety.
They could be. We'll keep eyes on it. We'll check in once that circle comes through, once it constricts. We'll know exactly where all these teams are, some being more cautious than others, and Mystic losing out on a little bit there. There is a teammate nearby, so they can get the pickup, but when you know that RRQ Athena are close by, it's something you don't like to see. Now Nova, very up close and personal here. 4 players all together in the same compound, maybe going to try and make that final push. Abyss waiting so patiently, going to hear everything going on. Knows he's the last hope for his side. As the push comes through, you can see everyone clearing this out methodically.
One by one. We'll just try and force them into an engagement where they don't have to go for the res. That grenade's going up and over. It might find a target. Lapis with the 6.86 shotgun waiting on the stairwell.
God.
When they walk up here, this could be death awaiting for them. First one strikes, but he misses. No. And AY takes full advantage. Down they go.
Really nice work from Nova. AY, what a performance there. Just coming up, full confidence, taking that fight. XQF looking for their way forward. Got the vehicles, so there's still hope, but you can see teams in their way. It will not be easy. SSG are just down the road. They could maybe cost them a player on rotation. Let's see if they engage or not. They might take a wider swing, go further to the west, stay in the blue. There's the engagement coming in from SSG. They might pull up. They might have to think of a way to deal with this, because now they're in trouble.
Another team to watch out for. Just back building again. It's going to be GC Busan. The same scenario of Team Unique on that western side, waiting for these teams to transfer and move across. Circle does actually go their way. Everyone now out in the east has to come across the water. Purple Mood, they'll take the bridge, they'll go through pod, that's easy for them. BTR, they also have a bridge, they can get a good entry point, but this now becomes extremely difficult. Should any of these teams take residency on the cliff face, they are going to be in a world of pain trying to transition to this circle.
It's not going to be easy for any team. Team Queso just suffered another casualty. I think the pickups come in, so they should be okay. But they've been slowed down now. They can't quickly get away from this. They now need to be so careful of this team that's pulled up. Bigatron are just around the corner, and they have vehicles still available, so they can.
चलो एक स्पेशल चीज़ तो मिल गया, कलेक्ट कर लिए। इतने सारे हेलो भाई, जो कोई भी देख रहा होगा भाई चैनल को लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब कर देना यार। लॉल कहाँ आया यार वो? मेरे को क्रिएट चाहिए था ओपनिंग के लिए दोस्त, इसीलिए मैं उस वीडियो को देख रहा था। कम वेट कर लेते हैं। ये चाहिए अपन को।
But our current Star Challenge champions from 2018 are able to adapt and hold on strong as they greet any opponents that come their way from the north there.
Lag and poor connections, slowing